So this is how I made over $100,000 in less than 30 minutes from one singular trade. And this is shares only with calculated risk, no gambling options, over risking options, none of that bullshit, day trading. And this is all from swing trading momentum stocks. And I'll also be going over my exact setup, how I noticed this setup, strength from it, why I entered it, risk management, and then my enter and exit strategy, and my included trims, knowing when to trim, all of that. So first off, the way I trade is I follow trends on leading stocks. So at the time, the buy was here on this day. At the time, the stock was up 423% from these lows right here. And then the setup I trade is it's called the breakout setup. It's essentially when stocks move up, sideways, move up, sideways. It's just how stocks trend. See here, sideways consolidation period, and they move up again. And so strong stock in a good sector, which is memory, which has been going for the past year and a half. So it made this move here. This is your trend line. And I think it gapped up. This was on Monday or Tuesday. It gapped up on some news, or just the market was up, so it gapped here, and then you buy this on opening one range opening highs on the 1 minute chart. Let's just show an example right here. Just say this is the 1 minute candle. You would wait. This stock is irrelevant, but it's just for an example. This first candle here, you wait for it to be made. So this would be the 8:31 CST for market open, and then once this high is broken out, that's when you buy it. I did a little over 1% risk, but that's because the setup was really good. Memory was going off at the time, and indexes look good as well. So go back to that. Your size is all dependent. Like here, my entries are around 650. So, and then stop loss is always low of day, no matter what. That is not something you can change. Low of day is 633.87. So it was around a $20 stop, and you take, if you're on a 100K account, which is $1,000 risk for 1% risk, we'll just say 1% as a constant until you dive further into like lowering risk, upping risk, all that. $1,000 as a constant. The formula is 1,000 divided by your entry minus stop. So if it's 650, just say 650 or 653, and then low of day is 633. That's a $20 difference between that. So you do $1,000, which is your risk in dollars, divided by the difference. So $20 difference between your entry and stop loss, and that's how you calculate how many shares to buy. So $1,000 divided by that 20, which would be 50. So you buy 50 shares of that, and then you never sell. We're not day trade. If it doesn't stop out, you hold it if it's strong. So you trim when you're 5 times your risk, which is right here, and then should be right there. But I didn't trim because I was taking a more aggressive approach. But just to be safe, you trim on this day 10 to 30% 5 times, depending on what you're comfortable with, and then you move your stop loss from the low of the day of this day to your break-even price, so you basically can't lose money at all. And then as this thing has extensions with volume, like this day has closed nicely, you take another trim. And then I took my first trim on this day of 25%, I believe, and then and then you just keep riding it. Unfortunately, this thing did fall down, but on this last day, I noticed weakness, so I cut about 45-50% of my position. But normally, you would cut your whole position once it closes under the 10-day estimate, because this is the indicator for discontinuation of momentum, basically, because that's what you're trying to follow the trend of where the momentum is going to. So you would sell it here. It's a pretty unfortunate day, but you have gotten stopped out with your average before then. But yeah, that's why trims are necessary, and that is about it. Obviously, I can dive further into how does market conditions with indexes, looking at SPY, QQ, when to trade and when to not trade, but that's about it. And that's how I made over $100,000 in 30 minutes as a 20-year-old. And I'll put up screenshots, P&Ls, buy orders, all that. And I'll be going over all my trade recaps, just showing everything, thought process with behind buying stuff, no matter if they stop out or not. And yeah, that's about it. And follow along if you want to know my full system and just how to build over a multi 7-figure net worth as a short-term investor, and my full system with trading momentum and how easy it is to follow.